there's a term for that. It's called Okay, Karen.
Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen.
Peace.
Peace.
Welcome back to Okay, Karen.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to look at season 1, episode 3, part 2.
Empowerment.
I encourage you to go back and look at episode 3, part 1 if you haven't looked at it.
Matter of fact, check out all the videos.
No doubt. As a matter of fact, subscribe, like, and comment.
And press that bell notification so when we post, you'll get notified.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So there's a saying that says the more things change, the more they stay the same. We're looking at the empowerment of Karen. We're looking at how society supports her behavior.
Absolutely.
So let's get into it.
I do, and I feel it's discrimination. It is discrimination. I have a room here, and I told her that, and I told and let me explain my side to you. She called you officer, and she called you here. So y'all both here harassing me. Why have my children? Why have my children in the pool? It was other people in the pool. She said nothing to them. Okay, my room. Where's my proof? This is my proof. Okay, this is my proof. So why do I have to tell you what room I'm in? What did I do wrong? This lady here is discriminating me because that is not true. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. You asked me what, I don't have to tell you. I have a key to get it and I can show you that it works. Why do you need to know what room I'm in?
My boss tells me to make sure people are in room.
In the room. You are.
Let's make this simple. What's your name?
I have a room here. I don't need to give my name. I didn't break the law.
As a matter of fact, right now, since we've been called out here, we've got a certain amount of paperwork we have to do.
I don't have to. I don't have to give my name.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I do not. I don't have to give my name.
So that's the part where this Karen's needs were met. If you're not going to do it when I ask you,
Right.
I'm going to call someone who will.
Right.
Again.
Yeah.
Again. She said, I have a key to get in here.
Right.
That's why they give it to you. If there was no need for a key, then the attendant can just question everybody who walks through.
Right.
There would be no need for a key.
Right.
That's why you get a key, so that you can come and go.
Right.
That's what that says.
So if she has a key, that means she has to be a guest there because they don't just give the key to anybody. They just go in.
They don't give the key to anyone.
This is not the key. I want the key.
Let me say, we've seen living while black.
Right.
We've seen babysitting while black. Now we've seen swimming while black. That's another thing we can't do.
Can't swim either.
Can't swim either. Well, I mean, in all fairness, swimming ain't the black person's sport in the first place.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
swimming is not the black person's sport.
We can do it, but you know.
Not some of us can swim, but if you got a pool and there's a shallow end,
Mm-hmm. That's what we're gonna be at.
you don't see more black people on the shallow end.
Word.
You know what I mean?
I don't have to give my identity. I did not break the law. I know the law.
Go run her license plate.
You can do whatever you want. And they're running my license plate. They're running my license plate. I'm here on business with my kids in the pool. You do. You do, because there was other people here and you didn't ask them nothing. You didn't say anything to the man and the lady. You said nothing. You said nothing to them. So I'm here with my kids on business. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I'm here on business. There's nothing she could do. I'm here on business. So they're running my license plate. This officer here told the other officer to run my license plate.
So they doubling down.
Right. Well, that's the example of their rules and regulations being enforced. You know what I mean? Karen started it, and they reinforced it when they came.
Right, right. So if you don't give me these things that I asked for, and I have no right to ask for them in the first
because
place,
she did nothing wrong.
I'm going to get them some other way, because it's really important that we find out who you are now, because you must be doing something wrong.
Right.
Because if you wasn't doing anything wrong, you would give us whatever we ask for. That's the mentality.
Right.
That's the mentality.
Right.
If you're not doing anything wrong,
and they use that as a premise to do wrong against you. Well, you must be doing something wrong because you won't do this. Or you won't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
If you would, like, you walk down the street. I mean, like in New York, back in the days, what was it? The stop and frisk?
Right.
It was a policy.
Right.
It was a literal policy that if I look at you and if I'm
like
a police and you look like you did something wrong, I can stop and frisk you. That is a blatant violation of a person's civil rights.
Yeah. That's a blatant violation of the person being a human being.
It's dehumanizing.
Right.
It's dehumanizing.
That's absolutely.
And how that was able to go on for so long. And then they go back and look and say, okay, 85% of the people who were stopped were black.
Right.
Like, this is a surprise.
Right.
Like that's a surprise. Yo, I remember when we was doing the shift sock thing and we flying to the shows all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so right after 9/11, security at the airports, they was tight. It was real tight. So they would do random checks where they would pull people over. And whenever you looked at the group of the random people, it was like 6 Middle Eastern people and 1 old white woman. Like I'm talking like 70, 75-year-old.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see all of these young Middle Eastern people,
right,
and 1 senior citizen white woman. That's random.
Right.
That's the random check. But I digress.
Let me just say one thing before we go into this next part of this same video. Speaking of New York and the police, in the 1900s, when they first allowed black people to be police, they couldn't have a gun. They could carry a nightstick, and they couldn't arrest white people.
I did not know that.
Absolute fact.
Wow. Not surprising?
No.
But I mean, who in their right mind gonna give a black person a gun? Because you're aggressive.
Right.
You're aggressive and threatening, and there's no way to look.
Even from the standpoint of me belittling you, you're still aggressive.
Well, listen. So in the 50s and 60s, and I'm gonna say in the 70s, they didn't even think a black man could throw a football.
Yeah. So we dealing with all these stereotypes
And
points of views.
this is 70 years later.
Right.
So if they can't even, if I don't even think you could throw a football, you can't be a quarterback.
Well, it's obvious that the machine is well oiled.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They have designed it to a perfection.
Well, yes, because things don't stay the same. They move in one direction or they move in another direction.
Right.
So if you create a narrative, either that narrative at some point is going to be disproven and or fade away,
Right.
or it's going to be reinforced,
Right.
and or grow.
Right. It's an evolution process.
Right.
So how are we going to design it to make it work better against the individual who we had planning to attack?
Right.
Against?
Right. Systemic racism.
Absolutely.
Oh, they don't even know who I am. They don't even know who they messing with. Ain't gonna tell me I have to give my identification. I prove that I have a room here with my kids. So because I'm the only black person here in this pool, they want to question me, but it was 2 Caucasian people sitting right over there, and she said nothing to them. So she goes and called the police officers. Right. Right. So she calls the police. They're running my name. They're running the car plates. Yeah. Yeah, I need to share this. It was other people here at the pool. I have a key. It was 2 white people sitting over there. She said nothing to them. Yeah. Because he wants to know who I am. I have no reason to tell who I am. I proved that I'm here. It was 2 white people sitting over there. She said nothing to them. She said to me, "Oh, because it's always people like you using the pool unauthorized." Who's people like me?
Wow. Listen, let me just say this.
Well, let me say this before you say that.
All right.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely. We appreciate you viewing and continue to watch and continue to join us on these episodes of the OK Karen podcast.
Please
Comment,
and
subscribe. Pardon.
Yes. It's all good. Now, please continue, Majesty.
And listen, there's rules and regulations that govern any house you go to.
Mm-hmm.
But if the rules don't apply to everybody, they are unjust rules.
They're not really rules.
So, like she said, there was a white woman and a white man sitting over there, and she said nothing to them, but she approached her.
Well, as she stated, I have no reason not to believe what she said, but there's always people like you.
Yeah, who is people like you? That in and of itself. It's obvious that it's a race issue.
Well, let me answer that question since you asked. People like you is those people. And those people is you people.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's just another way to say you people.
Right.
That's all that is.
You said it in a different way, but meaning the same.
Right. Yeah. And with all of that being said, even if we dissect and look into the underlying connotation and racism,
right,
the cops came and supported it 100%.
Right.
I got a key.
That don't matter.
It's somewhere in there where he asked for her room. While she was talking, she said, let me finish.
Right.
Let me finish. So right off the bat, what she like, I'm coming here because I'm going to reinforce what she wanted.
Right.
That's why I'm here. I'm not here for you. Right. I'm not here for you at all. Right. I'm here for her. Right. And so whatever she wants, whatever Lola wants, Lola gets.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little man, little Lola wants you.
You mean whatever Karen wants, Karen gets. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh,
Ooh, my bad. Yeah.
So we have three different videos
Right.
where there's a commonality throughout all of them. It's where a Karen made a demand.
Right. And the demands were met.
Well, the demands weren't met.
Whoa. Right.
So I'm going to go to plan B.
Right.
I'm going to pick up my phone. You may be using your phone to film me,
Right.
but let me show you
Well, my phone.
what we let me
This
show
is a
you
different
what
kind of
my phone does.
Yeah, it's a different kind of phone.
911.
911 that's Joe in the old town. 911 that's Joe in the old town. 911 that's Joe in the old town.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what you expect after that.
That's what my phone does.
You know what's coming after that.
Remember back in the days we used to throw out there and always one person be like, fist ball, beat them all.
Yeah.
We'd be like, oh, man.
Come on, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what my phone is.
Mhm.
My phone is fist ball, beat them all. So we've had 3 videos where in every single instance, the police came and they were nothing but an extension of Karen.
Absolutely.
They just came and so that says that not only is it not going to change anytime soon, but we're going to help perpetuate it.
Absolutely.
We're going to help
We're
perpetuate
going to continue to recycle.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going. We're going to recycle it. We're going to manufacture it to a point of perfection. And we're going to continue to use it as a weapon against the people who we choose to use it against.
Right. So we're going to show you a video where, by all accounts, I'm going to say the police did it the right way.
And listen, sometimes it does go the way it should go, but not often.
Not often. Not often. This is one of those times where they assessed the situation for what it was,
Right.
and they responded accordingly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Let's get into this one.
I need you to tell me, because I live in this neighborhood. You tell me.
He has a camera on right now.
Good. Is there an ordinance that we have to show ID to use the
There's
pool?
It's
It's exactly.
right there.
Where does it say that I have to show an ID to use my pool, my own pool?
It doesn't say she has to show an ID anywhere in any of the
Does it say that?
Officer Lizuski and McCann, what do you recommend in terms of proceed?
So I'm gonna need you to throw me a bone here because because I called you and you didn't come up to her and ask her for her ID, which is what I asked for.
Yeah.
So this didn't go as I planned. They actually came, they assessed the requirements and reinforced the rules and regulations.
That
and
you
so
placed on the wall.
they're on the wall. It says it right there. So he turns to the cops and he says their names. It says, so how would you propose we proceed? Because I'm going to need you to throw me a bone.
Right.
This ain't going
It's not going how I planned.
This ain't going how I
I'm
planned.
looking bad. Help me out here. Well,
Exactly.
A male Karen, that is.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But a Karen all the same.
Nobody else was asked their ID. I am the only black. I feel this is racial profiling. I'm the only black person here with my son in the pool, right?
My son is also black. He's in the pool.
And he walked only to me to ask for my ID.
I ask residents pretty much a couple times a week.
He asked for first of all, he asked for my address. I gave it to him. Okay. And then he came back and said, well, I didn't catch your address.
As long as it matches Sally Kirk, I'm fine.
Correctly.
So,
can you provide an ID to prove the address that you gave to me? And I said, why do I need to show you my ID? Is there an ordinance in the neighborhood for me to show my ID?
Is there like a swipe card or something?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. That's how I got it. So this is what can I charge against him for racial profiling? Because this is ridiculous.
That would be a civil dispute, ma'am. You'd have to take that before a civil magistrate. Okay.
I'm just here with my baby, swimming.
And I understand. I understand completely. Okay.
So you've just wasted taxpayers' money by wasting their time to come here. That's what it is.
If she has a card to get in the pool, I believe that should be enough.
Okay, let's validate that it works then. Okay, you can close the gate.
But where does it say
Okay.
I need an ID? He asked for
Well,
ID.
and I mean, I'm a courtesy officer as well. We don't have IDs at the pool. I don't ask for IDs, but they have like little wristbands and stuff like that.
We have a pool card.
Okay.
So where's the sign?
What's that?
It says
Where is the sign? Yeah.
I'm not sure the lifeguards signing in today.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody. I didn't.
So there's like no sign.
There's nothing.
I didn't sign
The
in.
pool
I
was
live
closed
here.
yesterday due to a flood, and so they had to clear off the whole pool deck. So I don't know that they were focusing on it, but
So that's the point where Karen's needs weren't met.
Right.
But they asked him a question. He said, well, yesterday, the pool was closed because of flooding. What's that got to do with anything? That had nothing to do with nothing.
But listen, that's what they do. When it don't work out, they look for other ways to try to make it go the way that they had planned for it to go in the first place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's like, well, squirrel.
Under no circumstances are you permitted to. Squirrel!
Ooh, this dude is a character here, man.
All right, so this, like I said, that part where Sir Karen,
Right.
needs weren't met. This is how it should have been done with the previous pool situation.
Right.
no access to the pool.
Do you have your key card?
I do have my key card.
Would you mind if I see your key card?
I don't mind showing it to you.
Okay.
But it's not a requirement for me to use the pool like he was requesting.
Right. I understand.
Here's my pool card.
because that's required for you to actually even.
For me,
So you can
am I gonna
validate that
jump
that
over the
turns
fence?
green.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm with a baby.
Hold on.
Am
one
I gonna
second.
throw the baby
We're
over?
gonna shut this and prove to this gentleman that this turns green real quick,
Right.
and then we shouldn't have a problem. All right. Turns green and it unlocks.
Great.
There you go, sir. All right.
Perfect.
All right, ma'am. Well, I apologize for the time and the altercation that occurred. Okay. Do you need anything from us,
No, I don't. I'm sorry that you wasted your time to come here.
sir? Do you need anything from us?
No, a form ID would be helpful to validate.
It would be nice if you apologize.
Well, and I understand that, but again, like she said, it doesn't show. Usually, it says all residents and guests must sign in, but there's no sign in.
Right.
So she has her swipe card. I think that should be enough that proves that she's a resident. You guys just don't hand that out to everybody, right?
Yeah, they kind of make their way around sometimes. It's the only challenge. So, but that's good enough for me today.
Okay.
Do you want to apologize, Adam? Adam, do you want to apologize for what you just did?
Let's go get the big kids. Where are they at? What's that? Can you go get a hold of Addison?
Do you want to apologize, Adam, for what you did?
Just to provide the address would be fine.
All right, man.
So I asked this before. I'm gonna ask it again. All right. Is there a diagnosis for being a jerk? Because
I don't think particularly, but in this instance, that would be a diagnosis of being a jerk.
he is a straight up jerk.
Absolutely.
So I'll cut the chase, get to the end, then we go back a little bit. So he lost his position.
Okay.
When this went out, they looked at that and saw it for what it was, and they was like, "No, you can go somewhere." So he lost his position.
Right.
He can't, he can't do that anymore. So that's a good thing. her child wasn't humiliated.
Right.
That's another good thing.
Absolutely.
But even after all of that, is there anything that else we can do for you, sir? Well, an ID would be nice.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna double down. You still going to, but you.
Well, I'm saying he had intent, which is the reason why the police were there in the first place.
Right.
It didn't work, and even after all that, he was trying somewhere to find within himself to do something that was going to get the result that he was looking for when he first called him.
Right. So he was humiliated.
Yeah.
It was apparent. It was apparent that he was humiliated. Things didn't go his way.
Right.
But things went the way they were supposed to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what's most important at the end of this video.
The woman in the previous video, she had a key card to get in. That could have been and should have been the end of it. Oh, and by the way, that woman lost her job too.
Okay.
She lost her job too.
Okay.
However, without the video, they would both still
be doing the same thing they were doing.
Be gainfully employed.
Absolutely.
Perpetuating racism.
Oh boy, open up the window. It's getting all racial up in this piece.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to have that
phone ready.
Yep. On if it's not a speed dial button, it needs to be a speed dial button.
Word.
Because that's your 911.
Yeah.
That's your 911.
That's your only proof under the circumstances.
That's it. That's it. So we have several videos that we showed you where Karen's behavior was reinforced, and then we have one that shows you where it was done appropriately in the right way. You know, it's hard to dispute those scenarios.
Right.
You know, one thing that was in the back of my mind that I know there's people out there that when the gentleman who had a daycare who was watching the kids,
right.
There's people who's saying, well, what if he was kidnapping them? What if he was? So there's still that what if. I know there's people out there watching this that's saying that. Well, what if? Well, what if? The same way. Well, what if they were squatters? What if? You know, you can't enforce the law based on what if.
Right.
Especially if you're guilty until proven innocent.
Right. Well, so I mean, that's the whole instance with these Karens in the first place. They want to establish rule and regulation on a premise of what they think has happened. They don't have no actual proof. It's not factual. It's what they think has happened.
Right.
So they create an environment. So when the police show up, it's a bunch of chaos and conflict, and usually you're going to get the bad end of the stick.
Usually you're going to get the bad end of the stick, which is an unfortunate reality. We like to thank you for joining us. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
And remember to press the bell notification so whenever we post, you get notified.
No doubt. And for those OK Karen videos, we encourage you to send them to us. We at our email address, OKKarenshow.gmail.com. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen.